Good evening. Wow, I look huge on the screen. Good evening, good evening. How's everybody doing? We're about to get started shortly. Thanks for coming out tonight on another weekly webinar, Millionaire Essentials weekly funding webinar. So today, a lot of people have been asking us over the week about non-PG funding. So I'm gonna review that today. We're not a big fan of non-PG funding. What's going on, Tamara? But I'm going to review that today. So everybody get kind of bases on non-PG funding and how non-PG funding works. So that's what we're going to go over today. We're going to get into a little bit of other funding as well, but that's going to be the gist of this course. So we're going to go over non-PG funding, how to get it, what you should be doing, the types of trade lines you guys should be looking into. Appreciate you guys for coming out again tonight, for always tapping into us and always showing us love and going out here and executing. Matter of fact, drop in the chats what city y'all from. So I just know who's in the building. Drop in the chats what city are y'all from. There's 37 people on here. I'm just waiting for a couple more people to come in. Boston, ATL, Hawaii. There's a lot of different people from different places in here. Jamaica, what's going on? Of course, New York. Of course, New York. California. Need to plug this charger in. Glad to know somebody. So a couple people from Hawaii here. Wow, that's crazy. It's a blessing. Hope you safe out there. So first thing I want to address, make sure everybody's in a comfortable spot. If you can turn your cameras on, I like to interact. I like to see everybody's face. So if you're in a comfortable spot, please turn your cameras on so we can interact together. Make sure you have some notes to take. Can take notes. I always some of these people. Thank you. Make sure you have a pen and pad, or you on your laptop. If you could take notes on your laptop, wherever you could take notes, make sure you taking notes. In case we go across anything you don't know, I'm not gonna, have much time to go back, but we will be doing Q&A at the end. So just make sure you guys are taking notes. If you have to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom now, because we're gonna keep going, moving forward. So we're not gonna wait. So if you gotta go to the bathroom, put the kids to bed, make sure you're in a nice, quiet room. Make sure you do so before we start, because we're going to get straight to the information, and we will make sure everybody gets the information clear and concise so you guys can execute. We're going to do some Q&A at the end. So we're going to go through all the information. Then at the end, we're going to do some Q&A. Hey, guys, Marcus Waters. I can't really hear you guys, right? It's President Tom. And if you got any other questions during the presentation, make sure you type it in the chat so we can get to it afterwards. But how many people in the chat currently have business credit? Type a 1 in the chat if you currently have business credit. Whether it's PG business funding, non-PG, either or, type a 1 in the chat. Okay. Some people. Nobody else currently got business credit other than one person? I know more people than that have business credit. Y'all playing. Type in the chat. Type a 2 in the chat if you have a 680 or above credit score. Okay. A couple people. All right. So if you don't have a 680 above credit score, this is a way you can build business credit. Like I said, non-PG. There's a couple different ways you could do it. So I'm gonna go over basically getting trade lines. And so a lot of people talk about non-PG funding, right? So let's start right there. A lot of people talk about non-PG funding, and it's not personally guaranteed. So the fastest way, and just to be clear, the fastest way to get business credit is to PG. That's going to be the fastest way. Because if I got a 680, 720, 760, 800 credit score, right? I can go to the bank today, or I can apply online and get qualified for a credit card, a high limit credit card on an instant within that same week. That's the fastest way to get high limit credit cards and high amounts of funding. Now, for non-PG, a lot of people ask us about, yo, my credit score is bad, or I don't want to personally guarantee. That is a long process, just so everybody can be clear. And you have to be able to spend money during that process. And you're not guaranteed to get any high limit amounts of credit cards. You can get some credit, but as far as getting a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50K card out the gate, that is not possible non-PG. When we talk about non-PG, and that's getting net 30s, net 60s, net 90s, that's organic business credit. That's vendor credits that you can get to use for your business. That's different companies that you can get to use for your business. And as you build that credit over time, which is Experian Business, Dun & Bradstreet Business, and Equifax Business. Those are the three major business credit reporting agencies. As you build them up over time, you can get access to more lines of credit. But this is a 6-12-month process or more. So now when we're talking about getting credit from the larger institutional banks like the Chases, the BOAs, the Citibanks, the Wells Fargos, they're 10 out of 10, they're gonna ask you to PG. They're gonna do a soft pull or a hard pull on your credit. You're gonna have to PG, personally guarantee those cards. Most of the time, the majority of the time. So you going in there with bad credit and think you're gonna come out with a 10, 20, 30K card is not realistic if you haven't if you don't have decent credit. Now, over the years, if you really build up your business credit, like I said, this is a long process, you can get some credit cards. But more than likely, for you to get a high limit credit card line of credit, if you don't use your personal credit, if you're going to non-PG, they're going to ask for statements. That's another thing. They're going to ask for how much you're making in your business. So you can get that without PGing, but you also have to give bank statements. But as far as building up non-PG, you can build your business credit, your business credit scores, like I said, with Equifax, Experian, and Dun & Bradstreet, that can qualify you for business auto loans. Like from Ally, from different banks, you can get business auto loans without PGing, just having good business credit scores. And having good business credit scores can help get you lines of credit as well. You can't get it by itself, but it can also help with bankers when they search your business and they pull up your business credit scores. That's a good additive on to getting qualified for business credit cards, even when you PG. Recording. Tevin, what's going on? You gotta give me back access so I could share my screen. Y'all follow me? Put a yes in the chat if y'all following what I'm saying. Put a yes in the chat if y'all follow what I'm saying. So I'm gonna give you some information on how to build your business credit profile as quickly as possible so you could build those business credit scores organically so you can get a good business profile and get some get some business credit cards organically. And also, you know, if you want to get business auto loans, it will help you get business auto loans as well. So I'm gonna show you exactly what trade lines, what net 30s to get, how to get them, and things of that nature. And then I'm gonna go into getting lines of credit as well. Let me share my screen. Let me know if y'all can see my screen. Put a yes in the chat if you can see my screen. All right, cool. All right, great. So this is business credit and business funding, part one, right? So like I said, there's tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 accounts. Now, the first thing you need to do when you guys are building business credit is create a nav.com account. Nav.com. So to monitor your business credit and to build business credit, you have to create a nav.com account. That is a must to monitor your business credit. Now, Nav has 3 tiers, right? They have a free one. They have a business credit builder. Then they have a business loan builder account. I would suggest getting a higher tier one because it reports to all 3 business credit reporting agencies, and you can see your SBSS score. SBSS is a small business scoring system, right? So that helps you when you're trying to get SBA funding as well. And it also helps when you go to the bank and get those lines of credit. Like I said, it is a great additive on when you're applying for lines of credit if you have business scores built up. That looks really well. And if you're trying to get a business auto loan, it looks really well as well. So it's important to know that trade lines in the context of business credit refer to credit accounts or loans that are held by a business and reported to the business credit bureaus. Trade lines can be a mix: business credit cards, business loans, and vendor accounts. Having a mix of different types of trade lines can help build a strong business credit profile and increase chances of being approved for financing in the future. Now, this is the 4th quarter. I want everybody to realize we only have less than 90 days left to the end of the year. How you finish the year is going to determine how you start next year. Keep that in mind. So if you guys are not really going hard towards the end of this year, you're going to start off next year lazy. And you're not going to just magically snap out of laziness. You guys got to practice these habits of working hard. You got to practice these habits of grinding. You got to practice habits of waking up early. It don't just magically happen one day. I'm just going to become this magical person that's just going to execute and analyze everything. You have to practice execution. You have to practice working hard. You have to practice these things. If you're not practicing them, you're not going to become perfect at them, and you're not going to execute them on a high level. You have to practice getting up early in the morning. You have to practice going to the gym. Like, you really have to put in the reps. You have to practice working on your business every day. You know what I'm saying? You have to practice speaking in front of people. You guys got to practice putting in the work, because if you don't practice putting in the work, like, it's not going to magically happen. So if you need to start getting your credit fixed to be good for next year, get your credit fixed now. If you need to open up a NAV account and start building business credit, you need to start now. Don't wait till the end of the year or the top of next year. You got to be ready for next year because it takes time. So the first thing you guys need to do is open up a NAV account. NAV account is going to tell you your Paydex score, which is your Dun & Bradstreet, your Experian business score, and your Equifax score. Get a DUNS number first, actually. So you should have a DUNS number before this. So we're not going through the business structure on this call. We did that on another call, and we're going to do it on another call after this. But you should, all these people, everybody, before you start building business credit, you have to have that DUNS number. So most of you guys should know that, but you have to have that DUNS number. Once you get that DUNS number, then open up the NAV account. So after you have that NAV account, now you can track all your business credit scores and what they're doing. If they report late, they will show up on the NAV account. Now, your Paydex score, like I said, is your Dun & Bradstreet score. It ranges from 0 to 100, reflects the payment history of the business. Telescore is a credit risk score provided by Experian, and the business delinquency score is provided by Equifax. So these are the 3 scoring models. Then, like I said, you have the SBSS score. That's a combination of your personal credit score and your business credit scores. Generally, you want to score around a 170 or higher. That's a very, very good score with the SBSS score. Now, I'm going to get to building business credit organically. So like I said, there's tier 1 accounts, there's tier 2 accounts, there's tier 3 accounts. So sometimes some of these accounts, they may want you to PG because your score hasn't been built up enough for you to get it based on your business credit. So for example, if you jump straight to a tier 3 account, sometimes they may try to ask you to PG because they'll check your Paydex. Your Paydex is less than an 80, or they'll check your Equifax or Experian score, and the Experian scores and Equifax scores are too low. So when they ask you to PG, that means your business scores aren't built up high enough. So these are the tier 1 accounts you can start with. Now, a lot of people ask me, how many accounts do I get? How long do I pay it? A bunch of questions like these. So generally, my rule of thumb is, you see they report to different, most of them don't report to all three, right? They report to different business reporting agencies. So I like to create accounts that report to all three. So I like to try to find the accounts that report to all three, and I'll use those accounts because that's what's going to be able to build my business scores up as fast as possible. If I get just one of them that reports to one, then I got to get another one that reports to the other one. Then I got to get another one that reports to the other one. So I like to get accounts that report to all three that I could use in my business. Now, some of these are net 30s, and some of these are gas cards. Like, for example, you got Uline 76 is a gas card, I believe. You got Brex, Murphy USA, Biz Credit Central. Biz Credit Central they only report to Duns and Bradstreet, but they're a business website that gives vendor accounts. So you can get a business trade line at Biz Credit Central. eCredible is a site that you could get utilities reported. So you get a utility trade line account reported on your business credit profile. So basically, a lot of these are vendor accounts and trade lines that are going to report to build your business credit up. So like I said earlier, when you're building business credit, it's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you capital. Now, all of these are tax deductible. As long as you have a good CPA, you can write a lot of this off. But you have to put money out to build the business credit. So a lot of these you have to sign up for or qualify for to build the business credit. NAV Business Boost. Now, this is a subscription on NAV. I think this is the middle one. They have the free account, the NAV Business Boost, and the NAV Business, the Loan Builder account. I believe this one is about $49 a month. I believe it reports to all three, and it's going to help build it when you pay monthly. Shirtsy is a clothing site that you could get some clothes, t-shirts. We got our branded shirts. We didn't get them from Shirtsy, but we got our branded shirts. You can use this site. They report to all three. You have Quill, Granger. So a lot of these sites are office supply sites, right? A lot of office supplies, toilet paper, a bunch of stuff you could use around the house, around the office. Granger is equipment. Anybody's in construction, real estate, you get a lot of equipment from Granger. 76, I believe, is a gas card, right? So if you guys are having auto vehicles or use your vehicle for work, you would need gas cards. Or if you're any business doing transportation, you can get gas cards organically. So it's a lot of sites. There are now plenty more than this, but there's a lot of net 30s and vendor accounts you guys can get to build your business credit organically. Put some ones in the chat if you guys are following me. I will make sure everybody's following. Put some ones in the chat if you guys are following me. Now, the point is to get an 80 Paydex score. We want to get an 80 Paydex score. Good. Okay. All right. Good. So yeah, the goal, we want to try to get our business credit scores as high as possible, right? And another way, when you start these net 30s, right? So some of these are net 30s, some of these are net 60s, and there's stuff like net 90s. When you have a net 30, net 60, net 90, right? What that means is you have 30 days. When they say net 30, you have 30 days to pay back that account. So some of these accounts that give you put you on a net 30. You'll buy a product, for example, say I go to Uline, right? I order some printer paper. I have 30 days to pay that. They'll give me a line of credit. They'll pay for it. I'll pay for it, right? They'll give you a line of credit, and then you have 30 days to pay that back. It has to be paid back within that 30 days. Now, when you get a net 30, net 60, net 90, the fastest way to build business credit is to pay that back as soon as possible. Do not wait till day 29, because the longer you wait to pay it back, the lower your score will be. So to be honest, when you get that net 30, pay it back within those first 5 days. That's how you build the scores up higher. So like I said, building this organically costs money, just so everybody knows. So if you don't have a budget and you don't have money to spend at all, it's going to be pretty tough trying to build up business credit, because some of these accounts, you have to buy stuff. The majority of them, you have to buy stuff, unless it's like a gas card. Even a gas card, you have to use it to get gas and pay it back. They're going to put you on a net 30 or net 60. You have to use it, or net 90. Most likely it's probably going to be net 30 or net 60. You have to use the gas card and pay it back within 30 days. So now these are tier 2s accounts. Now tier 2s, you're going to get more store credit, right? Store credit, that helps business store credit. That's going to help you. So like commercial credit, Home Depot for all my people that do real estate. Reports to all three. Lowe's. Now, Home Depot and Lowe's, they have multiple different business credit cards. Some of them you have to PG. Some of them you can get organically by just using your business credit scores. You have to ask for the right ones. You have to tell them specifically, I want to get a business credit card based on my business and my Paydex score. When you apply, make sure you tell them that, because they'll offer your card and then run your credit. Amazon's a good one. There's Amazon business. So we pretty much know about these three, right? Mostly everything on here we know about. Staples, 7-Eleven, EFS. That's for, I had EFS for trucking. That's gas. Tiger Direct. So these are gas cards down here. Tiger Direct, ExxonMobil. So these are commercial cards, right? So now once you build up your tier 1s, you can go on to the tier 2s without PGing. These are the commercial cards. Got the Home Depot, the Lowe's, the Amazon, the Staples, 7-Eleven. You know 7-Eleven. I don't know what you would get for business out of 7-Eleven, but matter of fact, yeah, a bunch of snacks, a bunch of stuff. Who would go to 7-Eleven on a business credit card? Who would use a business credit card at 7-Eleven? Type in the chat yes or no if you would use business credit at 7-Eleven. That's a good question. Yeah, so with the tier 1s, I would get between 3 to 5 accounts. Between 3 to 5 accounts with the tier 1s. And you have to make sure they report. Inside the Discord, there should be a letter in there, right? Whoever's not inside the Discord, y'all need to get in there. But inside the Discord, we should have a letter you can send to the, because sometimes, that's another thing I want to talk about. Sometimes these business creditors, they don't report it. So these are a couple things I want you guys to ask before you sign up for these accounts. Y'all need to be writing this down. You need to ask these business creditors or find out, when do they report? Number one, how much do you have to spend for them to report? Because some of them have minimums that you have to spend this amount of money for them to report. You guys have to remember that. If you don't meet the minimum, they're not going to report. So some people will buy these trade lines and be like, yo, never report it, never report it. Maybe you didn't do it, you didn't spend enough, or maybe they take 60, 90 days, 6 months to report, and you just didn't know it. So you guys have to find out when they report and how much you have to spend for them to report. And how long are they reporting for? But if you get 2 accounts that report to all 3 agencies, okay. So yeah, inside the Discord, we have a business credit letter where you can send to the to these guys to make sure they report. Now you have your tier 3s, right? This is just a little bit more advanced accounts. You got the Crown Office Supplies. They give out, a lot of stuff for the office. You got Clear, JJ Gold, Jewelry, Business T-shirt Club, T-shirts, and you got some more fleet cards. And you got phone lines, right? Like AT&T Business. I think T-Mobile. T-Mobile has a business line. So there's a couple phone lines out there that have business lines as well. You got MAPCO. So these are just more higher tiers of business credit. So the goal is, right, when it comes to these, and there's a lot more accounts, right? These are just a couple of them we wanted to list right here, just so you guys can understand and see how this works. So the goal is to really put everything on your business. For example, right? Let me ask you guys a question, right? If you guys were able to, whether you rent or own, right? If you rent, you were able to get a commercial lease on your apartment. So that means a lease in your business name. So instead of renting in Brandon Jackson, I'm renting in Brandon Jackson LLC. So now my rent, I'm paying $2,500 a month in rent that I was going to pay anyway in Brandon Jackson LLC. Now I'm getting my utilities in my business name. Like I have Spectrum, right? For my cable. There's Spectrum Business. So now what if I had Spectrum Business? Then I get my phone line in my business name. Now these are all expenses you're going to pay for anyway. You're going to pay for all these expenses anyway. So why not put them in your business name? So then I get my T-Mobile bill or my AT&T bill in my business name. So you know what? I'll also drive. So now what if I get my car in my business name? Now, if you have all these expenses, you're going to pay in your business name. These are all regular expenses, my operating expenses of my life. I'm not even talking about my business, my life in general. But I operate my life as a business. Now, if you get all of these expenses in your business name, guess what? They're tax deductible. Everything you're going to use anyway is tax deductible. So why not start building everything in your business name? You know what? I want to wear my brand. I want to wear my clothes everywhere I go. We just came from the credit summit last week. Me and my partner had our clothes. Me and Tevin, we had our brands on. So why don't I just get some t-shirts written up in our brand name? And you know what? I need gas too. I need gas for my car. So why not try to get a gas card? So everything you do could be tax deductible if you do it the right way. So that's how you really should be building business credit organically. Using it on what you need to use it for, that you use treat your life as a business, which it should be, and get all of the items that you're going to use anyway and put it in your business name and use it like how you're supposed to use it. Appreciate you, Andre. Yeah, we came from the credit summit this weekend. Me and my guy Tevin, we was on stage dropping as much gems as possible. Definitely appreciate everybody that's on here that was on the credit summit. I appreciate y'all for coming out and I appreciate y'all for taking action and following up and being on this webinar. We're doing these webinars every Tuesday. Everybody that hopped in the Discord so far, I definitely appreciate y'all as well. We will be dropping our business funding course in that Discord this week. So definitely make sure you stay tuned for that. So this is the goal when we're building business credit. We want to make sure we put all our operating expenses, all our expenses for our business, get them in these business credit, use these vendors accounts. These are what these vendor accounts are for. These net 30s, net 60s, net 90s. Transfer everything in your business name. So now everything can be tax deductible. You get a good CPA, you can write a lot of this stuff off. And now you're operating correctly. Drop some fires in the chat if y'all following. Drop some fires in the chat if you guys are following me. I want to make sure y'all still there. We just dropped the link for the Discord, Brittany. And everybody that joined this Discord, y'all get a 2-week free trial. I think this is the last week we doing this 2-week free trial, to be honest. This is the last week we doing this 2-week free trial. But that's the link, Brittany. I just dropped it again. Now we have tier 4 accounts. Fuelman, Sam's Club. I know a lot of y'all was doing them Sam's Club plays. Now, what does Sam's Club sell? Sam's Club sells food, doesn't it? Sam's Club sells clothes. Sam's Club sells electronics. Sam's Club sells everything. So now you get a business Sam's Club card. So now electronics, food, clothing, etc., etc., etc. Now you're using the business card. Doesn't that make sense? Put a fire in the chat if that makes sense. Put fire in the chat if that makes sense to you. You get a Sam's Club card and now you're using business credit. This is how you're supposed to really use these vendor accounts. Now you build it up strong enough, like I said, you can start getting some business credit cards. You can get into American Express organically if you build your business credit up strong enough. It does take a while, but if you build it up strong enough, you can get American Express corporate card. Now, like I said, when we're talking about cars, you get that 80 Paydex score, you can get to Ally, Ford, Toyota, Citizen. Well, I'm gonna get to that later. You get to Ally, Ford, Toyota, so you can start getting some of these business auto loans in your business name without PGing. We're gonna have my girl Kelly come in here, and speak to you guys about getting cars in your business name. So she's kind of the guru when we talk about getting auto loans in your business name. That might be the next webinar. If y'all want to get some cars in your business name, put a yes in the chat. Put a yes in the chat if you want somebody to come in here and talk about getting cars in your business name. Just did the BOA play. That's another one. How many cars you got with the BOA play? That link isn't working. No, that's not good. Hold on. Let me check. That link should be working. I just clicked it. I just clicked it. It should be working. This is it right here. If y'all see my screen, right? This is the link right here. So it's a free trial, and it is $50 after the 2 weeks, right? So this is the link right here. You get 2-week free trial in the Discord. Oops, I just unshared my screen. Let me go back to it. Okay, there we go. There we go. Let me know if you got it, Brittany. You should be able to have it. But yeah. So also Dell, you could get some business credit with Dell. Citizens, you could also qualify for business credit card with Citizens and Maynards. So these are the tier 4 accounts, right? These are now when you're getting higher. Now you get into those major credit cards, right? Major auto loans. So now this is when you're getting higher cards. There's a bunch more that we could break down as well. We'll probably get a little deeper later on down the line, but this is kind of the basis of what I was talking about when building business credit organically. And now on that NAV website, right, on nav.com, you can track all of this. So you can track who's reporting. You can track your business credit scores. If you default or get any negatives, they'll show up on NAV. You can see if you made late payments. So that's why it's important to have that NAV account as well. Okay, appreciate that, Brittany. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty that we like to talk about. So that's building organically. If you have a 680 and above, you guys have to follow me. If you have a 680 and above, you can qualify for no-doc loans and lines of credit. We're going to break down some no-doc loans and lines of credit. Put a let's go. Put let's go in the chat if y'all ready for me to get into the no-doc loans and lines of credit. Put let's go in the chat if y'all ready for me to keep going on the no-doc loans and lines of credit. All right, cool. So let's get to the no-doc loans, right? So now M&T, these are some of our favorite ones that we use on the regular, right? We have M&T. M&T pulls from Experian. They go up to 100K no-doc loan, and they can go up to 50K on a business credit card. So that's a no-doc loan or a line of credit, right? We like to go for the lines of credit. What's the difference between a loan and a line of credit? Obviously, a loan, as soon as you get that loan, you have to start paying it back. Line of credit you can get, and it sits in your bank account and it converts to cash. That's what a line of credit is. It sits in your bank account and it converts to cash. So you get a line of credit. Now, when you want to take the line of credit, you don't even have to take the whole 100K if you qualify for it. You can take 20, 30, 10, 5, and it'll go in your checking account as cash, and you use it then. And then you pay it back gradually. Just like a credit. Now it operates like a credit card. Pay it back over time. Whatever that time period is. Your business has to be 2 years, and your LLC has to be set up correctly. Now, with these lines of credit, you guys have to listen to me clearly, and you guys should be writing this down. If you live in Florida, right? For example, M&T is on the East Coast. It's primarily, so you have to be in the right vicinity. It's primarily on the East Coast down to the DMV. So if you're within 50 miles of a location on this side, you can qualify. Now, say you're going to M&T, New York, right? New York tri-state area. If your LLC is set up in New York, but your ID is in California and you live in California, that's going to be a red flag. You guys got to stop getting these businesses in all these different states and living in a whole nother state and have no correlation to the business. Because they're going to ask you, how do you live in California, but you have your LLC in New York? What do you do? So now they're going to start to ask you more questions. Oh, I do such and such. All right, so how do you do business, or how do you go back and forth from California to New York? I'm just giving an example. They're going to start asking more and more questions when addresses don't match up. When you live one place, but your business is some other place, that kind of is a red flag for the bank, depending on what type of business you do. So you're going to have to be able to explain these things. It's a lot easier when you're actually in the location of your business. So it's no longer you guys just going to the bank and just getting this money and walking out. They want to know what's going on. What business are you doing? How are you doing business? How are you operating? They want to know a lot of these questions. So that being said, it's smarter to have a home location near the same state that your LLC was incorporated. It looks a lot better when you're going into the bank. So you don't have to break down so many questions on how you live across the country and your business is set up over here. And then you're saying you have a business location there too. So that's just some food for thought. They're going to ask you these questions if you don't live in the state of your business. Number 2, like I said, an SBSS score can help you qualify if you have a strong SBSS score. It can help you qualify. I put you also need a bit. You don't need it, but it can help you. It definitely can help you. Number 3, if your credit score is less than a 720, they may ask you for docs on this line of credit, especially from M&T. Reason being, they're going to send you to the SBA. So the SBA backs most of these banks, right? So now, if your credit score is less than a 720, you're considered high risk. They're going to they may more than likely send you to the SBA to qualify. Now you can qualify. They'll say, yes, you qualify for 100K, you qualify for 50. We got you. Just send last 2 years of tax returns. So if they send you to the SBA, that's what's going to happen a lot of times. Oh, also, they may possibly do a site visit to your business. It's possibly. I've seen them do it. Univest Bank. Univest Bank is in the PA area. Primarily PA. So you have to have an LLC set up in PA. You have to have an LLC set up in PA. So your business has to be 2 years. They do give out a no doc up to 100K, and your business has to be 2 years. So this is generally for my PA people, right? I think it's South Jersey as well, but primarily in that PA area. Key Bank. Key Bank is more north. Actually, Key Bank is in a bunch of different states, right? I used to think it was mainly just in the Northeast, but their actually main location is in Ohio. We got somebody funded 50K in Ohio. And there's a couple locations out there. I guess Ohio was the Midwest. There's a couple locations where it's located out there. So KeyBank goes up to 50K, 25K on a business credit card. Business has been in business for 2 years. A lot of people been running up KeyBank. A lot of people, including us, been running up KeyBank. They are getting super strict. So for KeyBank, I would say right now you should set up an account and season that account for at least 30 days. Put some money in that account and use that account for 30 days and then apply. So a lot of it now, they're not just going in, walking out same day line of credit card. I would apply for a credit card first, maybe, put some money in the account, season it for 30 days, then go for the line of credit, 50K. You have a way better chance of getting approved, building that relationship. And that's for all of these banks now. I would rather you guys build a relationship because a lot of you guys are impatient. You guys want to get this credit now. And that's a lot of you guys' issues, to be honest. You guys need to start using strategy. Get one now, next 30 days, get the next one. Next 30 days, get the next one. It should be no need you need this. If you need this right now, like tomorrow, you're already too late. If you need this week, you're already too late. You should be doing this stuff way ahead of time. If you need this money, definitely within a week or 2 weeks, you're already too late. You're already not operating correctly. You guys should be setting the strategy up ahead of time. Like, you should be setting the strategy up for the top of the year. You should be ready. You should be collecting this money now towards the end of the year to get set up for next year. So you should be getting M&T, seasoning that, applying for it. You got 100K. Going to KeyBank, seasoning that, applying for it. You got a 50K. Now by December, January, now you got 250K ready to start. Don't wait till you ready to start to now want to get business credit. Be prepared, be ready so you don't have to get ready. And if you guys don't have a 680 and above, we do credit repair. If you guys want to inquire about credit repair, just matter of fact, type a 2 in the chat if you need credit repair. We do credit repair. Truist. Now, Truist is another one I would suggest seasoning. They pull from Equifax, 35K no doc, 30K business credit card, have to be 2 years in business. Obviously, all these you have to be 2 years in business. They have a good auto loan. A lot of these also, they'll do a soft pull at first and then do a hard pull. Like KeyBank, you can qualify off a soft pull. And a lot of these, you get multiple products with one pull. You can get multiple products with one pull. You would get multiple credit cards with one pull. BHG. So BHG is another good one, right? So I think now BHG. So we was a long time ago, not even a long time ago. This is how fast these guys changed their rules, right? We was doing a BHG credit card right online. A lot of people was getting qualified 10, 15, 20K out the gate. Once they ran that up, they changed it. You can't do BHG credit card online. You have to call in. People was calling in. Now I think they changed it again. So BHG, they're no longer, it's harder to get that 25K business credit card now. It's a little different now. They're doing 250K business loan, but a lot of times they will ask you for docs. So these are for business professionals, this loan. So when you sign up for that, they're looking for business professionals, but they're changing a lot of their lender rules because, like I tell you guys, when this information gets out, when it gets on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, the lenders see it too. People are watching. Everybody sees all this stuff go out. When they see everybody talking about it and they see all approvals coming in and they're reading all the documents and it's going to the underwriters, they start changing their rules. They're not blind to none of this. So BHG kind of switched up on us. So a lot of times they will ask for docs. US Bank. US Bank has the express loan. So you can go on US Bank and get a 50K business express loan and you get up to 50K credit card. They got 2 0% interest credit cards that goes up 0% interest for 15 months. I would suggest being in their footprint too. Now, with US Bank, you can match your American Express bank statements and have them qualify you for a credit card based on what you're spending at American Express. So if you're spending $25K a month at American Express, you can send that to them and they'll automatically give you a $25K credit card. As long as you have good credit, obviously. Sometimes they do ask for bank statements. I would suggest setting up an account with them before you go for that line of credit, but you can do that line of credit right online. Donald, congrats, Donald. Donald said he just got a 40K loan and a 20K credit card from Truist. Congrats, Donald. Appreciate that. Appreciate you sharing that. What state? What state is that? If you don't mind me asking. Credit Key. So Credit Key is another one. Not too many people know about. Credit Key you can qualify for as low as 600 credit score. They do stated income only. They go up to 50K business line of credit. You only have to be in business for 4 months. Now, the thing with Credit Key is you can only use their line of credit for their products. Now, sometimes they'll qualify you for the 50K to use for general things outside for just give you an unsecured line of credit for 50K. But generally, they're going to give you that 50K to use for their vendors. So they have a list of vendors and people in their network that they use. So generally, you only have to use it with their people. So it's a lot like those trade lines and vendor accounts I was showing you before. So you can use a lot of that stuff for your business if you qualify, and it's only a soft pull. So I would just try Credit Key regardless, see if you can get it, see if you can use it for other things, if they qualify you for that type of account. But they kind of changed their rules as well. I don't know if they're still qualifying people for that account to use on other products. I think it's mostly just their products. So I don't think they're really giving like working capital lines of credit. It's really just their stuff. Truist located in Jersey and PA. Okay. Oh, you went to Truist in PA. Got you. Yeah, PA, Truist in PA, they're giving out, I don't know if it might be our people. You might have went to the same people we got out there. I know the one in Atlanta, y'all kind of shicey in Atlanta. Whoever's in here from Atlanta. Who's in here from Atlanta? Type in the chat if you're here from Atlanta. Y'all done messed up a lot of banks out there, boy. I don't know what's going on out there, but y'all done messed up a lot of banks out there. They asking for documents for a lot of things out there. Now, we got Atlas Financial. Atlas Financial, you can get, I use Atlas to buy my trucks. So they're equipment lenders. Anybody in here that is in transportation, does trucking, these are equipment lenders that you need a big construction machinery. These are equipment lenders. So they can finance your trucks and all your equipment. If you need to go through Atlas, give us a shout. We have a direct person there, and we can send you straight to Atlas. iBankNet.com. Now, this site I talk about a lot, right? How many people in the chat have heard me talk about this site before? Put a yes in the chat if you heard me talk about this site before. Yo, Don, I gotta connect with you still, man. I know we supposed to get on the phone, man. I gotta connect with you. I think I got your number in my phone. I hope I do. You gave me a number before. Let me write it down. Take a picture. Got you. Yeah, iBankNet.com. So iBankNet.com, as you guys see, this is it right here. This, you can see basically every site, every bank across the nation. So you can go on and basically find the banks in your location that's giving out the most money. It has basically all the financials of what the banks, most of the financials of what the banks are currently doing. So using this, You can find credit unions. You can find banks. They have holding companies, federal savings associations. So this is what you guys can use. Credit card banks. You can see right here all on the side. COVID-19 PPP National Summary. Like, they have a lot of information on this site that you can use. So this is where you can find a lot of lending institutions, what they're giving out, how much funding they're giving out, and basically everything that they're doing. So this is how you can find lenders to get funding, basically. So this is a very, very good website right here. Bank Branch Locator. Type yes in the chat if you guys have heard me talk about Bank Branch Locator. Type a yes in the chat if you guys have heard me talk about Bank Branch Locator. All right, cool. So you guys should know what Bank Branch Locator is. So you can pair that with iBankNet.com. So like I said, M&T, Univest, Truist, a lot of these are regional banks. That means they're only in a certain location. Key Bank, they're only in a certain location. So you can go on here where it says address and bank. You put the bank in. Now they're going to show you what locations the banks are in that qualify. So you have to be within that location or within like a 50-mile radius for you to qualify to get in that bank. So remember, every lending institution does lend anywhere. I used to think Chase just goes everywhere. Chase doesn't go everywhere. I don't think Chase is all 50 states. I don't think. I used to think Chase was everywhere. I used to think Citibank was everywhere. I don't think they're in all 50 states. But if they are, those are it's only like a handful. Most banks are location based. Some go to a lot more states. Some don't. So we want to find and make sure when we set up our LLC, what banks we can actually access. Like if you're in California, you can't access KeyBank. You have to be within whatever states KeyBank is in or within the 50-mile radius. So we will find out right here on Bank Branch Locator. How many people have used those two sites? Type ME in the chat if you use any of those two sites. Because I know I talk about these sites a lot, but I want to know if people are actually using them. Okay. ME. Type ME in the chat if you guys have actually used these sites. Should be everybody. Everybody should be typing ME. Guys, I'm in Jamaica. I love to open a bank account so I can link it to my Cash App account. Which bank would allow me to open an account online from Jamaica? That's a good question. I remember you asked that last week. I would say, have you looked into setting up an ITIN number? Because they're going to ask you for some documents, bro, to open these bank accounts.
And if you want Scotiabank will be a bank that you can use it internationally and in the United States.
Yeah, there you go. Tevin Jamaican, so he would know. he would know. So looking at Scotiabank. Now that's the end of that. That's the end of the presentation. I'm gonna open the floor up now for some questions. So that's kind of the gist of. If you got any questions, raise your hand. Make sure you raise your hand if you got any questions. Most of this information is going to be in the Discord. All of the replays that we're doing, all of them we're dropping in the Discord. So if you want the replays, they're going to be in the Discord. We're going to drop our free business funding course in the Discord this week as well. So that's where you guys are going to get the full communication with the ME team. Me and Tevin, we're going to be doing these calls. We're going to eventually transfer them only for our Discord members. So like there's going to be a call next week. I think that car call is probably going to be only for our Discord members, to be honest. So we're going to be doing these free business credit calls, but there's going to be a lot of calls strictly for our Discord members. Like we're going to have a grant call. We're going to have a call on grants for our Discord members. We're going to have a call on business auto loans for our Discord members. So we're going to do a lot of exclusive stuff only for the Discord members. So if you guys are really interested in furthering along your business credit journey, your business scaling journey, definitely get into that Discord and look around and see what we got in there so far. Kenny. What's going on, Kenny?
I'm peaceful. How about yourself?
I'm great. How you doing?
So I can't do no complaining. I had came in a little late, but I was listening to how you was expressing to hook up the net 30s you said and the net 60s. So I got everything in reference to my business. The what did you say? The Duns and Bradstreet numbers and all that.
Yeah.
Got the account set up, you know. So I'm looking to, you know what I mean, get this cracking because I need that. I turned my name into a business as well. And I got Morehouse Construction that I created, but I got to build the business credit up like you should. So
You
I'm
got
just
how's your personal credit?
shit ball.
You doing credit repair?
Yeah, I'm on them right now, right?
Okay.
So
Good,
I'm
good.
gonna have to take them to arbitration or something because they playing crazy. I don't have nothing but like one thing on my credit report, bro. It was a property that I acquired, and I had some legal issues with it in reference to going back and forth to court. So I'm handling that. It's just that they won't take it off. So I'm gonna have to threaten the bureaus with arbitration.
All right, so yeah, get that going. If you know how to do that process, definitely, I'll get it going, man.
Yeah, but I'm gonna definitely stay in touch though. That's for certain.
Yeah, we here, bro. We here. Appreciate you. If
Likewise.
you can jump in that Discord,
Yep. I'm gonna check it
Calio,
out.
appreciate you, man.
Likewise.
What's up? What's going on, brother? Can you hear me?
What's going on? How you?
I'm good. I'm good. We spoke before you had went to Atlanta. You was at the airport.
Yeah, no, I remember. I remember.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like I said, I'm still working on that credit, of course, and I'm about to hop into the Discord in a little bit also. I just had a question real quick. As far as everything with the SBSS score, in
Yeah.
order to generate that, you got to have these tier accounts, of course, correct?
Yeah, so the only thing that we've seen that shows the SBSS score is NAV
Okay.
or the lender itself. They'll pull it.
But it's something that generates from having the actual tier accounts, correct?
Yes.
Okay, got you. And then it was one more. Oh yeah, it's one more. So as far as I know, you basically the goal is to get everything in your business's name, which is I understand. I have a tax business, of course, and I try to write off everything. Not everything is always in your business name, but at the same time, as long as you're doing it for business purposes, it can be written off, or at least a portion of it could. But this being, the goal for everything to get into your business's name is, I mean, I've been hearing about it for the longest, but you just kind of broke it down a lot more. It makes more sense. You were saying that rent you could do for eCredible, and eCredible is a tier 1, right? The vehicles was tier 4, right? I think you said utilities is eCredible also. Clothes. My question was clothes. Which one is clothes for you to get your business in
Those
there?
were Shirt C Business T-shirt club, Shirt C Business T-shirt club. In the Discord, we're gonna drop a deeper list because there's a lot of them, right? So we're gonna drop a bigger list inside the Discord. But don't that's just a short list. But Shirt C and Business T-shirt club.
Shirt C Business T-shirt club. Okay, got you. I did get I remember getting rejected from Sam's and from I tried to put my phone in my Verizon bit. I tried to put my Verizon bill into my business account and I got rejected. I didn't understand why, but basically you just kind of broke it down. You got to get into a higher tier for you to get certain accounts.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, like the phone lines, those are a little tougher. Those are higher tier. Definitely the older lines, that's more when you're getting more higher up. So the higher up, you have to have the stronger business scores.
Gotcha. Okay. Each company basically will tell you if you ask them, hey, do you do business? Can I put this in my business's name? If I ask them like what tier or something like that, they should be able to tell me, or would I have to look at it?
So they may not tell you the tier. They'll probably tell you what your business scores have to be. That's probably what they'll tell you.
Okay. All right. I'll look a little deeper into it. I appreciate it again.
Okay, appreciate you. Definitely. Glad I could answer those questions. Anybody else got any other questions? Did y'all appreciate the info tonight? Put some fires in the chat if anybody appreciated the info I dropped tonight so far. I want to make sure everybody's paying attention. Make sure everybody was able to grasp some of the info. Appreciate that. Michelle.
Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. Good evening. How you doing?
Okay, because I did not get the proper information on doing the LLC, I have an EIN, but the business name is on it. Now, can I start a trade line with those businesses that you can get an account with EIN only? Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
So that's exactly what I meant. EIN only is non-PG.
Okay.
So that when I say non-PG, that's EIN only.
Okay.
So when you go to these accounts, you have to specifically tell them. When I go to Home Depot, if I go to Home Depot and I want a Home Depot business card, you have to tell them I would like to apply for a business credit card through my EIN only. If you just say business, because they have a bunch, like some of these vendors, they may have a bunch of cards, so they may just pull your credit and say, "Here's your business credit card," or you're denied because you didn't qualify. You have to tell them which card can I qualify through my EIN only, non-PG, and
Okay,
they'll
but that
go through apply for this card and see if you qualify.
okay, regardless, even if I just started the business and I don't have anything in my account.
If you just started the business, you gotta, I would say get your business credit scores first. Basically, that whole process I just broke down, get an 80 paydex score first.
Okay.
If you
And
don't
I can
have,
get that. I mean, I can go to Quill or the other ones and,
yes,
buy toilet paper or whatever have you, and
yes,
just keep doing the net 30s.
yes. So those net
Okay.
30 accounts, those accounts, you can start off fresh. So those are that's why I said start from the tier 1s and tier 2s. So
Okay.
those are business accounts you can get to build your business credit.
Okay.
If you go out the gate and say I'm gonna just get a car as soon as I open up my LLC,
No.
so you got to get those business
Yeah.
credit scores established first.
Yeah. My concern was the U line and, the smaller tier 1 and tier 2 with just the EIN. If it would make
Yeah, you
sense
can
to
get those.
start that even before the business is actually established through Secretary of State and all that good stuff.
So if you have an EIN,
Right.
and start to build that. But
Okay.
I don't know why are you waiting to establish the business?
Because I had to go through the Secretary of State, all those fees. Actually, I didn't have the money for it, and
What
I
state
was not New York. Yay. Yeah.
You're in the boroughs or you're upstate?
No, in the boroughs, Queens.
All right, so go on LLC University.
Okay.
Right, go on LLC University, and they could break down all the fees like for you to do it as cheap as possible. So when you're in the boroughs, right, you usually have to pay a publishing fee, which I don't like. New York, it's only like 3 states in the whole country, like a handful, that you have to pay a publishing fee.
And then you have to publish for, I think it was 2 or 3 months or something like that in some paper.
So what I would say, right, you can start the LLC, you could pay that down the line. You don't have to pay it out the gate, but you eventually have to pay or they may fine you, right? So what I say to people inside the boroughs, right, if you can get a virtual address, if that works for you, if it don't work, don't do it. But if you could get a virtual address right outside the boroughs, and it will be a lot cheaper. Because only inside the boroughs is the publishing fee so high.
So then the registered agent should be there as well.
Yeah, it's cheaper outside the boroughs.
Okay. I will do that. Thank you.
But yeah, I wouldn't wait to like as soon as you get some money in your pocket, get the Secretary of State established.
Okay.
Get it incorporated. Like you need to do that.
Right. No, it wasn't that I was ignoring that, but I was incorporating rock in the hard place. I'm here to pay Paul. He either get the business established, business credit established, or you do your personal credit. So I was trying to, I said, well, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because some of those, they will, not some of those, they will ask for your business documents. So that's another thing we're thinking about. And they're probably going to need that articles of incorporation. So I will find out.
Okay.
And that's through the Secretary of State. So I will find out.
I would find out by calling them individually and asking
call them.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Call them, ask them.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Appreciate that. So yeah, once again, like I said, all of this stuff times 10 will be in the Discord. We're ramping back up to that Discord. We were trying a bunch of different platforms before, but we really think that Discord is the one that we need to keep going with. If y'all go in there, right? If y'all go in the Discord, there's gonna be a portion. Matter of fact, I'm gonna open it up for y'all right now. I'm gonna give y'all a quick preview. Y'all want to see a quick preview of the Discord?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Yep. Sorry.
Where's my phone? Whoever's not in there. Yeah, see my screen?
Yes.
All right, this is the Discord, right? You got the general chat here where, it's a general chat for everybody. We have the bios here. Anybody that come in, y'all should put your bios. We have exclusive events, and you have the recordings, right? This is the recordings of all of our previous calls that we did. We have mortgages here. We have a business funding call we did previously. Healthcare and real estate call right here. We have a business sequences and funding. So there's a lot of great information in here. Another call on mortgages and real estate. We have a consumer law call with Metro 2 compliance. Affiliate marketing call. How to start a private rental business call. So these are all Zoom calls and webinars that we did from last year. We have a call with my guy Prada Jones on how to scale with social media. So this is like a master course inside the Discord already. And then if you go down here, this is our section for our mentees that's in our mentorship. Now you go down here, we have the personal credit library. This is a bunch of stuff about personal credit lists, secret lenders lists, personal credit chat, fix my credit. I put a bunch of disputing letters in here. Now you have the business credit portion. This is a bunch of business credit lists right here, a 50 state lender list, a 0% interest credit card list, a credit union list, a secret lenders list. This is the new supply request form that I was telling you guys about that you could send into the business vendors to report. Then you have your line of credits. You got your manufacturer spending. I'm gonna change this to travel hacking, to be honest. So this is what we have in the Discord, a bunch of documents, a bunch of great information, a bunch of Zoom calls, and we're gonna drop our free course in here. We got exclusive events that we're gonna be doing and that we've done before. And it's gonna be just a whole wealth of information inside the Discord. Like this is gonna be basically like a whole masterclass inside that Discord. So definitely it's gonna be a lot. I'm gonna add a mindset portion in there as well. And we're gonna have, for the Discord members, we're gonna have exclusive weekly calls on different things every week. We're gonna do a grant call, like I said, and we're gonna have somebody come in. The next 2 calls are gonna be grants and auto loans. So that's how the Discord is set up. It's so much information in there that you guys can use for your business. So definitely that's why I'm telling everybody, you're better off just hopping in that Discord and see what's going on in there. So I appreciate everybody for jumping on the call once again. My next call will be next week. Make sure you're following me and my partner on Instagram and our business page. I'm gonna type it in the chat.
You get to the Discord by being a member?
Yeah, so they're gonna ask you. So when you click that link, I'm giving everybody a 2-week free trial. I think this is the last week I'm doing it because I feel that's a lot. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm giving everybody a 2-week free trial. So just click in there, sign up, and then you should be able to get it. You should get the email to your email. You should get the email to your email. You should get an email as well once you sign up.
There's a lot of. I just signed up just now. I just got in there. That thing is really encrypted, bro. It's a lot of stuff to get in here.
Yeah, right.
That's good.
Like
That's good. Oh, yeah,
you gotta have our
good.
information on lock. That shows you y'all information is kept secret too. That's how we roll, man.
No, I like it. I like it though. I'm in there. I'm gonna get into that joint tonight.
I appreciate y'all. So I'm gonna catch y'all next week. Make sure y'all tap into that Discord. Make sure y'all look out in y'all emails for these calls. Make sure y'all look out for y'all texts for these calls. Because y'all know we dropping a lot of sauce. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram, jump in that Discord, and definitely appreciate everybody for jumping in tonight. And definitely want to see y'all next week.
Yeah, so I'll interrupt you for a minute. So the Discord is like a Facebook for Millionaire Essentials, so to speak. With all the good stuff in there. And
Yes.
just for okay, all right.
Facebook for getting
Right.
rich.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, so it's gonna be an app. If you don't have the app on your phone, you just have to download the app. And once you download the app, you'll get it.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Appreciate you. See y'all later.
All right. Good night.
Good night.